Now let's see the next concept, that will be the conditions for a function to be random variable. Conditions for a function to be random variable. So what will be the different conditions will be there? Then we have to set that to be the random variable. You already know the simple example. If you want to toss n2 coins, what will be the sample space of n events? If we toss two coins, what will be the sample space? Sample space, yes, be the head, tile, head, and tile, right? And what will be the random variables for this? In the before lecture, for the random variables lecture, x, how much you will cut? If I want to take how many hits will be there, if I want to calculate, here you can observe, here there will be the two heads will be present. That means 2 comma, here 1 comma, one head will be present, and here one head will be present, 1 comma, here 0. There will be no heads, only tails will be present. Here our condition be the, we want to calculate number of heads. This was our case, right? How you can write? This will be the 2 comma 1 comma 0, right? So similarly, if you want to take p of capital X will be less than or equal to small x. So if I take, this will be the condition. For example, if I put in this small x some numerical values, what will happen to the output? Let's see. If I take a capital X less than or equal to 1, for example, if I take small x as a 1, so what will happen? This will become the p of x is equal to 0 plus p of x is equal to 1. Right? Here one thing you have to observe, in between less than or equal to 1 means how many values will be there? That will be the 0 will be there, sure. At most case we have to take in the required value, that will be the 1. For example, similarly, if you take p of x less than or equal to 2, what will happen? That will be the p of x is equal to 0 plus p of x is equal to 1 plus, at last case, that will be the p of x is equal to 2. In this example, you already know x will be there, that will be in between two heads will be present, and one head will be present, and no heads will be present. So here how much you will get? That will be the 1 divided by 4 plus 2 divided by 4, right? And here that means 2 heads will be present of the 4 output combinations, 2 heads of 4 combinations. And similarly, this will be the one head will be present out of 4 combinations. Don't get confused. I have to write this 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4 from this only. That means 2 heads and 1 head. 2 heads out of 4 output combinations. here 1 head out of 4 output combinations. How much you will get? That will be the 3 divided by 4, right? This will be the p of x less than or equal to 1. So why I am choosing this example means this type of questions they will be asked. We have to find suppose in place of small x they will be taken the 4 or 5. We have to divided this like this manner and put the required values and make the LCM. We will get the required answer. Okay, and for the condition to be random variable, another condition also present, that will be the p of x is equal to minus infinite. What will happen? And p of x is equal to infinite. What will happen? We have to find all these two cases also. For example, if you take this will be the line of graph of a line. So here this will be the minus infinite, right? This will be the plus infinite. For example, if I want to, this will be the 0. If you want to choose or taken from 0 to minus infinite, here there will be no values, means you have to directly take the 0. That means here there will be no amplitude will be present in between 0 to minus infinite. Hence you can take this will be as 0. And next you have to check for the 0 to infinite. Here there will be no values will be present from 0 to infinite. Here also you can take from 0 to infinite as 0. Okay. For example, if any values will be present in between 0 to minus infinite, we have to take that value of the amplitude. In this case, there will be no values are present. Just this will be an empty graph in between minus infinite to infinite. That's why I have to taken as p of minus infinite. There will be no values, taken as 0, and p of plus infinite, 0 to infinite. There will be no values, hence will be taken as 0. And here you can see here alpha value we can't assign. So this was the conditions for a function to be a random variable. Okay, I hope you will get the concept. And next we will see the mixed random variable. What is meant by mixed random variable? Mixed random variable r dot v. So I have to write that r dot v means random variable. Okay, so a random variable is one for which some of its values are discrete and some are continuous, is said to be the mixed random variable. In the before case you can see what is meant by continuous random variable and what is meant by discrete random variable, right? For the discrete random variable I have to take in the graph as 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. like this, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. whether the temperature will be the cold or hot, like that, right? For 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. the temperature will be slightly down. From 8 p.m. the temperature will be somewhat slightly down. From the 9 p.m. that will be somewhat cool compared to the 6 p.m. We have to take these 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. as in different set of intervals. Okay, for continuous means the waveform will be like this. You can observe or see this type of waveforms. And in that RBSP lecture, I have to random variable lecture, I have to see taken as an rain, right? Suppose similarly, if I want to take 6 p.m. here also 9 p.m. what will happen if it will be rain at 6 minute 1 second and 1 minute and 5 seconds? What will happen to the output? And 6 hour 5 minute and 3 seconds, what will happen to the output? We have to take the individual cases like this. It will be so much of complexity will be present if in order to calculate the continuous random variable. if you want to calculate the mixed random variable, we have to combine both these discrete and continuous. You will get the mixed random variable. Okay, this was said to be the mixed random variable. Now let's try to see another concept, that will be the distributive functions. Here in the before case I have to said there will be any distributive functions as well as the density functions. That will be the so important concepts. Okay, let's see another concept, that will be the cumulative distribution function. What will be the cumulative distribution function? This can be represented with CDF, cumulative distribution function. So this here also you can there will be two type of random variables will be present, that will be the discrete random variable as well as the continuous random variable. Here also we have get the two, that will be the one will be the discrete, another will be the continuous, and similarly this is also known as probability distribution function. It is also known as probability distribution function. So this CDF can be represented as capital X. That will be the X be the capital X be the random variable, and particularly this CDF function is represented with capital X of small x. Capital Fx of small x. That will be equal to probability of, that will be the capital X less than or equal to small x. So one thing you have to remember, if I want to take capital Fx of x, that will be the for probability distribution functions. If I want to take the probability density function, that will be represented with small fx of x. Here always the subscript has to be represented for the random variable. Okay, let's see the some properties for the cumulative distribution function properties. What will be the properties? So here first property, this you already know, cumulative distribution function can be represented with capital Fx of x. This will be the capital Fx of small x, that will be equal to probability of capital X less than or equal to small x. That means this value has to be lie in between 0 and 1. For example, if I take fx of small x in between 0 to 1, that means our distribution function has to be lie in between 0 and 1. Okay, similarly if you take, I already tell you, for the condition for a function to be random variable, in this case there will be no values or the present you will be taken as a 0, and for the infinite case that will be the 0 if we can't assign the values. For example, Here also second, that will be the fx of minus infinite, that will be the 0. Similarly this we can be write as limit x tends to infinite f of x, that will be equal to 0. In this way also you can write. If you want to assign the value of the infinite, what will happen? It will be maximum take, that will be the 1. If you want to assign, if you can't the assign, that will be defaultly taken as 0. Suppose if I want to assign the value, maximum cases how much they will be take? Maximum they will be take up to the 1. So f x of plus infinite, that will be equal to 1. Similarly this how can you write in terms of limits? This will be the limit x tends to infinite f of x, that will be equal to 1, right? And the next case, this will be the f x of small x1 less than or equal to f x of small x2. So if x1 less than or equal to x2, here one thing we have to observe, this CDF is a monotone non-decreasing function of nx. That means there will be no negative values will be present in this CDF. CDF be the monotone decreasing function. Of x. Okay, and try to see some more properties for this cumulative distribution function. That will be the fourth property be the probability of x in between x1 to x2. What will happen here? This will be the cumulative distribution function as represented with capital Fx, that will be the f x of in between x2 minus f x of x1. Similarly, the last property for this cumulative distributive function, that will be the f x of x star, that will be represented with fx of x. That means if you take the conjugate, there also you will get the fx of small x. Conjugate means there will be the different case. For example, if I take x conjugate imply x plus e, that means here e, what is meant by e you don't know, right? E will be the infinitely small value. That means it will be just like approximately equal to 0, or sometimes it will be less than or equal to 0. So finally we have to conclude that this x plus small e to be the very very small, we have to finally put as a 0, right? Tends to 0. This will be the infinitely small. This will be the one type of property in the CDF. So this will be the number of properties, different properties for the CDF. Let's see CDF for the discrete random variables, how these random variables will be there. CDF for discrete random variable. So suppose if I take capital X in between x1 comma x2 comma x3 comma so on up to xn. So what will happen? This will be the x1, x2, x3 up to so on xn. Here this will be the from the x is equal to minus infinite, and here this will be the for the x is equal to plus infinite. Right, here you can observe in the before case there will be no, we can't assign any values. Here we can assign some values such as x1, x2 and x3 up to the xn in between the minus infinite to plus infinite. And let's see, here you can observe that will be the f x of small x that will be equal to 0. For example, if I can't assign any value, that means what will happen? For x in between minus infinite to infinite. So this was the case. If I want to take all the values from x1 to xn, if I want to take all the values, what will happen? How we can represent it? If I want to take all the values from x1 to xn, that can be represented by means of summation, right? Summation. So if you take this, can be represented as fx of small x. This can be represented as summation. Here you can observe this will be taken as n. That means summation of, if I take I is equal to 1 to up to the how much? N values, up to the n values. How much this will become? This will become the p of capital X that will be equal to small x I. What will be the range? For this, we have to take all the values, right? The range will be the for x in between x1 to xn. The range between x1 to xn. This will be the total range. And similarly we have to take the another case. If I take, you already know this case, if I take fx of small x that will be equal to 1, how much we can take? Here you can observe the 1 means from 0 to minus infinite I can't take any values. For example, if I take, this will be the value up to the x n. Here you will get up to the infinite. Here from 0 to infinite I have then one value. That one